Hello friends, today we are going to learn the structural elucidation of camphor, a terpenoid. So before going into the video, as you can see, many people are watching without subscribing. So as you can see, many are benefited from my videos, but they are not subscribing. Please, those who are watching this video, please take a second to subscribe first and then you can go into the video. So kindly support me because I am preparing everything with a lot of efforts. So please support me by subscribing and also give a like to the video at the end of the video and share to all your friends and keep supporting. Now let's get started. So here you can see this is the structure of camphor and it is a monoterpenoid since it has 10 carbons. The molecular formula is determined from elemental analysis and molecular weight determination as C10, H16 and O. So next we are going to do the test for saturation. So when we are adding bromine and hydrogen, if it is an unsaturated compound, it will add bromine or hydrogen according to the number of double bonds present in them. And if there is one double bond, we get dibromo derivative or dihydrogen derivative. So in this case, it do not add bromine or hydrogen, so it means it is a saturated compound already. That is, there is no double bond in the carbon chain. And next, we are going to test for keto group. So as you know, if it forms monooxime, if the compound forms monooxime with hydroxylamine, or if it forms monooxazone with phenylhydrazine, we say it as the compound has a keto group. So, since it is monooxime, it is having a single ketone group. Monooxazone, so mono. So, there is only one ketonic group which is converted to oxime and oxazone. So, next we are going to do reduction. So, camphor on reduction by sodium amalgam, we get borneol. That is, camphor is reduced to a secondary alcohol. So, which compound is reduced to a secondary alcohol? Usually, a ketone is reduced to secondary alcohol. As you know, a secondary alcohol on oxidation gives ketone. If it is reversed, we get the secondary alcohol on reduction. Yes, so we get that it is a cyclic ketone. So, next we are going to analyze the parent hydrocarbons molecular formula. So we get C10H18O. So this means CnH2n minus 2. So C10 means H20 minus 2, that is H18. So CnH2n minus 2 corresponds to a bicyclic compound. So camphor is a bicyclic compound. So next reaction is distillation with P2O5 or zinc chloride. So on distillation of camphor with zinc chloride, we get paracymene. So paracymene is a 6-membered ring. So we conclude that camphor is also a 6-membered ring. And also it has a methyl and gem dimethyl group. So we conclude that our camphor will also have a methyl and gem dimethyl group in its structure. And next step is oxidation. So camphor on oxidation with concentrated nitric acid, we get camphoric acid. So already we have concluded that it is a ketone. So camphor has a ketone group. So we get an acid. We get an acid on oxidation. So we get camphoric acid. And this camphoric acid on further oxidation, we get camphoronic acid. So one more thing you can see, camphoric acid has the same number of carbon atoms, C10. Okay, so as that of camphor, so which means that the keto group must be present in the ring. Okay, so not on the side chain. So keto group is present in the ring. It is concluded because camphor and camphoric acid has the same number of carbon atoms. So if we know the structure of camphoronic acid and camphoric acid, simply we can get the structure of camphor. So first we are going to learn the structure of camphoronic acid. So we are going to elucidate the structure of camphoronic acid. The structure of camphoronic acid. So this is the structure of camphoronic acid. So it is a tricarboxylic acid as you can see from the structure. So the molecular formula is determined from elemental analysis and molecular weight determination as C9H14 and O6. So camphoronic acid is a tricarboxylic acid which we can see in the structure, and this can be written, that is the molecular formula is rearranged as with 3 carboxylic acid groups, then we get C6H11 and COOH thrice. So from this we are going to find the parent hydrocarbon. So C6H14 is the parent hydrocarbon. So H11 plus 3 substituents, so which means C6H14 is the parent hydrocarbon, and this means the general formula is CnH2n plus 2. So C6H2n means 6 into 2, 12 plus 2, 14. So it is an acyclic compound. So CnH2n plus 2 means it is acyclic compound. So next we are going to do distillation in the atmospheric pressure itself. So distillation in the atmospheric pressure. So this is camphoronic acid. On distillation, we get two products. One is trimethyl succinic acid and isobutyric acid. So the structure got split into two compounds. So as you can see, trimethyl succinic acid, you can see here CH3, 1H here and COOH. So that is first. And next you can see CH3, COOH. So this is CH3, COOH. So this is trimethyl, since it has 3 methyl groups, trimethyl succinic acid. And isobutyric acid, we can see from this COOH, this carboxylic acid we got as isobutyric acid, and also one carbon dioxide molecule is released. So on distillation with atmospheric pressure, we get trimethyl succinic acid and isobutyric acid. So this reaction can be explained only if the structure of camphoronic acid is this. So if this is the structure only, we can explain this distillation reaction. So finally, to explain this, Fred suggested that camphoronic acid has this structure, and this structure can be named as alpha, alpha dash, beta, trimethyl tricarboxylic acid. So now we know the structure of camphoronic acids. We have to study the structural elucidation of camphoric acid also. Only then we can get the structure of camphor. So now we are going to study the structure of camphoric acid. So this is the structure of camphoric acid. It is a dicarboxylic acid. So the molecular formula of camphoric acid is also determined by elemental analysis and molecular weight determination as C10H16O4. And next we are doing test for saturation, and here also it do not add hydrogen on reduction, which means the compound is already saturated, that is it do not have any double bond. And this molecular formula can be written as, that is 2 carboxylic acid and 3 methyl groups separately. Okay, 1, 2, 3 methyl groups and COOH twice. So the parent hydrocarbon comes as C5H5 and 3 plus 2 for 5 substituents. So C5H10 is the parent hydrocarbon, and the general formula corresponding to this molecular formula is CnH2n. 5 2s are 10. So it is a monocyclic derivative. So it is a monocyclic derivative. So it forms monoester readily and it forms a diester difficultly. So it is an acid, we know already, it is a dicarboxylic acid. So if we add an alcohol, it is an esterification reaction. So when we add a molecule of alcohol, first it forms monoester very fast and it forms diester only then. So which means one carboxylic acid group is secondary in nature, so that it is forming monoester readily, and the other carboxylic acid which is forming after a lot of time, which is tertiary in nature. So in case of tertiary carboxylic acid group, it is difficult to convert it to diester. So from this concept, we are able to know that one carboxylic acid is secondary nature and the other one is tertiary, that is CH3 substitution and COOH. Okay. So finally, the correct structure of camphoric acid is proposed as this. So now to get camphor, it is a very simple process that we have to join the carbon atoms having carboxylic acids, and we are going to cancel one COOH and we are going to get a keto group in one carbon atom. So this is what given here. The camphoric acid is obtained by the oxidation of the CH2CO group of camphor. That is, if this is the structure of camphor, this particular group, that is CH2, this is CH2 C double bond O group. This group is oxidized, and that is how we get camphoric acid with the COOH and COOH in these two positions. So the structure of camphor is obtained by joining the carbon atoms and also taking off one COOH and reducing the carboxylic acid to keto group in the other carbon. So now we are going to finalize the structure of camphor by synthesis. So in case of synthesis, we are starting from alpha pinene. So alpha pinene with hydrochloric acid at 10 degrees Celsius, we get pinene hydrochloride. And this on Wagner-Merwin rearrangement, this bond shifts here and this chlorine is partially shifted to this carbon atom, and this is called bornyl chloride. And this on treatment with sodium acetate, we get a structure called camphene, and this camphene when treated with acetic acid and sulfuric acid, we get this compound with the acetate substituted at this carbon atom. And now we are going to add sodium hydroxide. So this acetate group is replaced by OH group, that is isoborneol, and when a secondary alcohol is oxidized, we get a ketone at this position, which is the structure of camphor. So we are going to oxidize this isoborneol to get camphor. So this is the final structure of camphor, which is obtained by synthesis. And this is all about the structural elucidation of camphor. So I hope the video is very much useful for you. So these are the short notes and which you can make in detail with my lecture. So please like our video, share to your friends, classmates and everyone. And also don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. So see you all in the next video. Until then, thank you. Bye.